Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Friday, June the 4th, 2021. Welcome one and all to your favorite and most exciting 2 hours in crypto podcasting anywhere. Of course, we're going to be getting into all the exciting price action after Bitcoin's seemingly bullish posture yesterday. We got sold into in the overnight hours.
Man, it was like right when the market candle closed, it just started selling off.
It certainly did. Yeah, we tapped a low, I think around 35,000. Of course, I'm sure everyone's very curious what our analysts make of all this. We'll, of course, be getting into their analysis in just a little bit. Of course, what else do we have on today? All right, we're going to go to full 2 hours today, everyone. You know how the show runs. We go from this intro into the news, into the analysis of the majors. And by the second hour, we're going to be getting into your AMA and request portion of the show. All right. Of course, you've just heard from analyst Jason. I think we've got Alex somewhere there too. Alex, how you doing this afternoon?
I am well, thank you.
All right.
Just kind of enjoying a nice end to the week, I guess. I mean, maybe not on the markets, but I thought the week was nice.
Yeah. TGIF brothers.
I mean, my mood isn't attached to the markets. I had a good week.
Yep, certainly. Yeah, the weather's looking good. The weekend's shaping up. Going to be doing some grilling. What more can a man want? Some gains would be nice on top, but those will come. Those will come in due time, of course.
Bet on the bogus.
Yeah, exactly. And assuming you haven't been shaken out with all that, like I said, overnight price drama. Of course, Elon somehow at the center of it yet again.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
I don't know. What do you think, Alex? Do you think this little move to the downside was enough to shake out those longs?
Maybe. I feel like if we're gonna have a shakeout, we would have to go lower than this for it to be a shakeout. This is just right now. It's just kind of a pullback, I think.
Yeah, it's just ranging.
Indeed.
I still think we've got more upside before we get the leg down.
Would agree.
Yeah,
But I don't want to be biased in consideration of my positions are in longs right now, of course. But I really do think that we have a stab to the upside left.
Yeah, I mean, since you asked, that's my opinion. But we'll look at all the markets and we'll try and figure it out.
Yeah, amid the panic and the droopiness yesterday evening, I saw a lot of chatter in the Discord. Someone asked me what my thoughts were, and my prediction was, yeah, we're going to go as low as 35K and probably end today's candle in a bit of a doji. Yes, I'm anticipating...
I think it'll be a hangman candle on the daily.
Yep, something like that. I do anticipate us from here to march up closer to 39K. That was my prediction yesterday. We'll see if it comes true. Just a prediction. I
think we break 30.
I hope we do continue. I hope we do get a bit of a bullish weekend out of this. But I'm a patient man. I can wait a few more weeks or months even for this next bullish leg up, but would inspire a little more confidence if we could at least test 40K and all of this, not just stuck in a mid-30s ranging posture, but I guess we'll see. Let's get into it, guys. Let's see what's going on in the price action. We've already discussed Bitcoin. Indeed, it had this pullback, tapping the baseline right around 35.5. Yeah, pretty generous. I can see why people freaked a little bit, because from yesterday's close we pulled back nearly 10%. Yep, I can see why.
It does feel good that since I was in those BTC positions from earlier, this pullback, I'm still up on my BTC long, so that feels pretty good.
Yeah, you didn't.
One of the benefits of being in the right position, right? You can handle these a lot better.
Indeed. So we'll see how today closes. Maybe just more sideways action, and there isn't really any point in commenting in much of any of this. Let's see what Ethereum's up to. Ethereum butted up against the baseline yesterday. It's sold off, kind of like Bitcoin, down about 6% on the day. Wick down about 10%. Currently at 26.72. Not much going on here. Pretty dead. I feel like all the traders, a lot of the market participants checked out. They're kicking their summer off here. Maybe this is what the next few weeks or months is going to look like. Sideways, low volume, low activity. Guess we'll have to see. EOS currently at $6, looking a bit like everything else. Can't help but notice Minx is starting to signal for a short on EOS, but no really water coming in here, so nothing really to do here. Doge. Let's see what Doge did. Doge, of course, seems to have a bit of a baseline rejection and currently dropping 37-cent Doge presently. Let's keep going. Link at $29. Managed to poke out above the baseline yesterday. Man, most of the indicators looking pretty flat though. Man, there's not a lot to do on these markets. Here is XRP. Yeah, sold off a bit like everything else following the Bitcoin move. Currently at 97 cents.
Everything got slapped in the face.
Pretty much, yeah. We'll see if anything looks any different, but same deal with DOT. Currently kind of hanging on at this baseline as support. Not much else going on Polkadot. $24.90. Kusama still looking decent, holding strong above the baseline. Today's sell-off wicked all the way down to $373. Go figure, right here at this baseline. And water's starting to build. Kusama, my dear, is always Always putting in a strong performance. What else do we have? Matic, at least stronger relative to everything else. Matic not really doing much. $1.64, looking droopy. Minx back in the negative zone, negative territory on Minx. Makes you wonder, was this Matic's swing failure? It was such a strong looking performer, despite, in midst of the sell-off madness. I guess it's catching up to Matic as well. Finally, here's a look at BNB. BNB looking decent, looking a bit like Kusama, if I say so. $390 currently, still above the baseline. Wonder what BNB is going to do next. Here's a look at Uniswap, $26 above the baseline. And Make signaled for a long yesterday. Not really much WADA there, but looks among a bunch of more very boring looking charts. Uni looks marginally less boring. Here's DFI. Here is Cardano. Yes, everyone's favorite Cardano. Is Cardano going to do interesting things here? Apparently poked out above the baseline Keltner channel yesterday, but since got sold into a bit like everything else. All right, what's GME doing? Not a whole lot. Did it hit all? Nope, wasn't even close to all-time highs. A couple bullish days and slight sell-off on GME. What about AMC? AMC had some nasty price action the last 24 to 48 hours. Currently at 52. Makes you wonder, is this all indecision here? Are we preparing to head down? Wouldn't shock me at all. All right, that's it for our analysis here. Our quick scan, I guess. More apt description. That's it for our analysis here. XLM, yep, looking like everything else. All right, let's head into the next segment. There is a quick look at your price action brought to you by some of the Kraken cryptocurrency proprietary indicators. Just some of my favorites I like to use to quickly scan markets. Here we go.
Look at Jackson.
Yes, this is these coins are for full disclosure, these are some of the coins I hold in my portfolio, although I am about 90% in BTC. Let's get into the bubbles, everyone. Let's see what's going on in the alt space, and it's a bloody mess. Everything down, about single digits. Everything down about 8, 9, 10%. A few outlier losers include the likes of Rune, Luna, GRT, down about 15%. There are a couple gainers today, though. A couple coins, at least according to whatever time frame Crypto Bubbles calculates 24-hour candles on. Couple of gainers include.
Yeah, weird. I don't know what time it is.
I know. I need to reach back out to Crypto Bubbles support. They always respond to me relatively quickly. I'm gonna need to reach out to them and be like, guys, you need to have a little modifier here so that you can calculate your candle closes. Line it up with.
Line it up with the actual close. Man.
Yeah, with the. What is it? UM. Man, why is it's UTC?
What is
UTC.
Isn't it just like a running 24-hour?
Yeah, but when does it click over for the 24-hour gains? Like, when is that?
No. It's a rolling 24-hour
It's a rolling
window.
24-hour. Yeah.
The last 24 hours.
Then that's going to give you useless data most of the time.
It gives you up to the hour, 24-hour. I guess returns. So there you go.
It's useful for us for the time that we're looking at it, so it's not useless.
Yes, it's. It's the 24 hours since the last time we checked in on Bubbles on yesterday's show. With that said, guys, here's a couple gainers to make notes of on Bubbles today.
Well, those just popped up, man.
Uma's up about 14%. TFUEL.
Uma was the number one I saw this morning.
TFUEL's up about 10%. What's this? THETA.
TFUEL was like the only chart we looked at yesterday that was appreciably different from anything else.
Yep.
Well,
I was gonna say, Alex definitely pointed out TFUEL yesterday. It looked different than everything else.
Yeah, and it is up about 10% today. BitTorrent token about 8%, and Curve Finance about 9%. Not much else to say here. Hey, how about Filecoin? Filecoin's up a few points as well. Everything else, though, got slammed down in the sell-off from late yesterday evening. Let's get into the next segment here, and it's going to be news, guys. Of course, we'll be getting into the live chat, read everybody's comments.
Is this the Elon section of our show now?
I'm trying to avoid Elon topics as much as possible, so we will, lightly graze past the Elon coverage here. Let's see here. This story is titled "Elon's New Move Against Bitcoin is Starting to Backfire." People are pouring scorn on Tesla CEO Elon Musk. That's according to data analyzed by Awario, a company that tracks sentiments in markets. Apparently, the backlash against Elon stems from his anti-Bitcoin tweets that have so far caused digital asset a significant price drop. Well, ostensibly, it all started when Elon Musk started bashing Bitcoin, citing his negative contributions to the environment. Yada yada yada. We've been covering all this since then. Of course, Bitcoin plummeted. Let's see here. But according to the latest data analyzed by Awario, Elon's online rep fell just as crypto prices took a swoop down after his negative remarks, reaching the lowest point in May. In January, there was a 50-50 standing between positive and negative tweets about Elon. By May, these fell by 25%, with the largest percentage of 66% of his tweets being neutral. Of the rest, 19% were negative, 14% were positive. I mean, about what you'd expect. People are a little sour, and I'm sure, the Doge, the dog being kind of let out to hang, probably isn't helping his cred either. Notably, Elon has some aficionados defending him, even as his rep continues to suffer. It appears that some of those defending him have accepted his explanations that Tesla's move to have Bitcoin as balance sheet was net positive for the crypto market. They're of the opinion that Elon's actually helping the industry grow. All right, I was hoping this article would touch on the latest Elon comments yesterday, which was I don't know if anybody caught that on Twitter.
Is it the Lincoln Park one?
No, it wasn't that one. Let's see here. Am I going to be able to search? Yes. Let's find Elon on here just real briefly here. See if I can pull up this one here. Apparently, yes, it was the Lincoln Park one. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. This meme was posted by Elon yesterday with a Linkin Park reference here. You have to be kind of like a 2000s music kid to recognize.
I mean, the song is famous, so
you had to dig Meteora.
All right, maybe it is that famous.
It's not a very funny joke.
It certainly isn't. But I guess all it takes is posting the heartbroken emoji next to hashtag Bitcoin and sends markets pulling back. So, and then of course this very cryptic tweet of Canada, USA, Mexico. I don't know what.
Oh, is that a cryptic tweet? I actually might know what that's about. Can you hold on 1 second?
Sure. It has something to do with the top replies?
I am pretty sure that the first three letters are CUM.
Yes, that's exactly what. If you check this tweet thread, all the replies are indeed CUM.
Yeah, why would it? He's literally spunking people.
Yeah,
that's market manipulating. Because if you look at Rocket, it just totally took off after that tweet.
Wow. Major position holder in the Rocket. There you go.
So much.
I can't believe I have to keep saying "Come Rocket" on. I'm
like legitimately.
Yeah. Let's
definitely talk about "Come Rocket."
All right. Well, there's a little update on the latest in the Twitter drama.
I miss food memes. I miss taco. I miss hot dog.
Yeah, hot dog, taco.
Oh gosh, those were the days. Those were the days when meme names weren't like 15 syllables long and Stop Elon.
Or your classic rubs.
State Moon.
Those were different times. We're now entering. Those are magical times in many ways.
A world of ridiculum is entering.
Yeah, this is now a certain level of degeneracy I simply will not tolerate. Bring back the, like I said, the magical times of the hot dogs and the yams. The food tokens were an innocent time to be a crypto memeologist. Let's have a look at the next item here. Jack Dorsey says Square is weighing a possible Bitcoin hardware wallet. All right. Square, of course, Jack Dorsey's brainchild, the digital wallet of sorts. Square is considering the development of a Bitcoin hardware wallet now, according to the payment firm CEO Jack Dorsey. Such a product launch isn't a done deal, according to Dorsey, who previewed the concept in a tweet thread from earlier today. Let's see what we can come up here. Is there a cool conceptual picture? Nope, just a cool tweet thread talking about bringing a hardware wallet. He writes, quote, Square is considering making a hardware wallet for Bitcoin. If we do it, we would build it entirely in the open, from software to hardware design, and in collaboration with the community. Very cool. Dorsey went on to indicate that the wallet might be integrating with Square's Cash app, which has seen Bitcoin sales offering becoming a lucrative revenue stream for the company. He also highlighted Layer 2 tech as potential area for development in the context of the wallet. Quote, Layer 2 is essential for growth. The orders of magnitude growth we imagine requires a mix of custodial, off-chain, and second layer solutions that allow people to get off of zero. Which I think means base layer.
Yeah, layer 0.
Yeah. What tech investments can enable seamless, scalable L2, layer 2 native support for hardware wallet? Dorsey wrote and asked. Ultimately, Dorsey left it open whether or in which context Square might move forward with such a project, but he indicated that Square team would be listening to the Bitcoin community for input. Yes, I and the team will listen to the conversation. We will set up a dedicated Twitter and GitHub account if we continue to build, blah, 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 blah. All right, pretty good development. And it does seem to suggest Dorsey is firmly in our camp and looking to help build. You know, we need builders. Got to build in this space. Jack Dorsey looking to do that. Are you interested in a Square branded hardware wallet? As long as they had decent, I guess, engineers blueprint this thing out.
It works, right?
This could be decent. Ledger might have something, have some competition heating up. Of course, this will probably take some time to bring to market, but nonetheless, pretty decent development if I say so myself. The future of Bitcoin is in your hands, Jack Dorsey. Let's get into this next one. All right, Max Kaiser. Not say I'm the biggest fan of Max, but
I like his name.
He definitely got a cool name. I'll give him that. But he is indeed, I think, he does help push some of the fundamental Bitcoin narrative. And in recent comments, he said the following: buy Bitcoin to help your family when the global economy collapses. Ooh, ominous, spooky, but hey, I'm not sure if Bitcoin's going to help you if we do have a global economic collapse. The whole global economy is so intertwined. The supply chains, the food production and distribution, everything is so interrelated that I think Bitcoin or no Bitcoin, you and your family might very well be screwed in some giant economic collapse. But with that said, Max Kaiser, he is one of the top cheerleaders in our space, and he certainly does help kind of bang, gold bug talking point style drum in favor of Bitcoin. So I don't have too much time, so I'm not going to fully explore this, but you get the general idea, especially if you have followed Max Kaiser in the past. But yes, he had a big interview earlier today, and again, advocating for helping people, helping the poor, helping the disenfranchised, the unbanked, and etc., etc., etc. All right, comments from Max Kaiser as always. Bitcoin and Ethereum now being accepted for rent at Manhattan office buildings. All right. Well, does the CC team need a new office? Do we need maybe some cubicle space for some of the crew? Is
You gonna
new-
get a pool table?
well, we could. I mean, with the money we're going to save by paying in crypto.
That's what
But
I'm talking about.
I don't think we're gonna save much money by moving to New York City.
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
But if you,
Yeah,
yes,
that,
of
right
course,
in the big area.
famously, of course, in the middle of a exodus right now, it seems. But here is one way to attract firms to get back into Manhattan. KPG Funds is the latest American real estate firm to get into crypto. A New York-based office development firm, KPG, now offers its tenants the ability to pay rent in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Their CEO claims that the company decided to introduce the new payment model after several customers expressed interest in it. All right, get your Manhattan office space to go with that Lambo hot off of the
You would
Doge
never do
gains.
that, would you?
Nah, not in a million years. Seems super
Nope.
overpriced, and New York doesn't seem as cool as it once was. So,
Well, I mean, just paying your rent or paying anything in Bitcoin. I don't think you would do that.
oh no, I don't. Well, maybe in other cryptos, but no. Generally speaking, no. It's Bitcoin's
It's all for me.
Bitcoin's an appreciating asset. Seems like a waste to go buy something like or pay your rent in overpriced Manhattan, or buy depreciating assets
Yeah.
like
Wouldn't that piss you off if like you just paid like a year's worth of rent or whatever, and then Bitcoin skyrockets, and then you just watch your landlord get rich?
Yeah, precisely why Bitcoin isn't
Yeah.
quite suitable for a fiat replacement. It should be painfully obvious to everyone by now. That's the case.
Oh,
What's up?
I saw this story on Is We Dumb podcast with Dan Cummings about this guy who accepted a contract to get paid in crypto, and then the crypto that they paid him in like appreciated like 700%, and then the people that paid them tried to like renege on it and say, could you send us all that money back, and we're going to give you the equivalent of the USD that we paid you at the time. Like, could you believe that? Like, that's insane.
Yeah, the right way to do that is for the company to buy the cryptocurrency at the beginning of the year, and then give it to them month by month. That's probably the best way for the company to do it. But obviously, they did not plan ahead that way.
Indeed.
Yeah, I can't believe that they tried to get the money back though.
It's that, or USD adjusted, right? So they pay you 2,000 a month. The established they pay you in Doge, but that's going to be 2,000 USD worth of Doge a month. Not.
Well, no. The goal is that as you as an employee want to leverage the fact that, okay, I think the price of Bitcoin is going to be higher later in the year, so I want the company to go out and buy my salary now in Bitcoin, and then just have the Bitcoin stored, and then be paying me in the salary. And then, hey, if I quit or whatever, I mean, they could have fired. In that case, they could fire him and keep the Bitcoin or something. But it's just, I certainly think that's probably the most fair and best way to handle it is to have it sitting aside.
Yeah, they didn't handle it very fair. They paid it in one lump sum for a couple weeks of work, and then they requested it back.
All right. Well, if anybody needs a manager, I think Alex certainly qualifies. He will certainly look after you in negotiations with your employer. But with that said, let's get into this next article. Let's check how we're doing on time. 1:31. All right, I got to wrap the news up in the next couple of minutes. Biden's making cryptocurrency a focus of their new anti-corruption directive for national security. I think this is just development of something we've covered continually over the last week. Of course, with all these cyber attacks trending in the news, you figured there's going to be a government response, and there is one. And in this case, an administration official explained that the memorandum is important because it publicly notifies federal agencies to up their anti-corruption game. CNBC reported today major parts of this directive will be focused on financial crimes, including steps to modernize existing anti-corruption laws to confront cryptocurrencies and cybercrime. The official report detailed, adding, "We are looking at cryptos as a means of illicit finance, but by no means are these new steps limited to new technologies like crypto." Let's see here. The Bank Secrecy Act may also be updated. The official added, reiterating, we will be looking for ideas on how to modernize these systems to respond to new technologies. So again, guys, kind of a developing story I like to follow relatively closely because I do think this has huge implications. One great way to really strike at the heart of crypto is these the authorities overreach. All you have is some high-profile incidents like what we saw with the pipeline, and then this meat. What are they processors? These meat processing. What are they called? JPG, JPM.
I don't remember if it's meat processing or meat packing plants.
About the same. About the same. But either way, something to look out for. We don't need any cyber false. You know what I mean. In directing, of course, the government toward a big crackdown, something to look out for. Let's keep going. SpaceX launches a flight to the International Space Station with an Ethereum node on board. The Ethereum node will be running in the ISS, making the second biggest blockchain, the next step toward decentralization and immutability. Very cool. SpaceX rocket carrying the Ethereum node to the ISS. For Space Chain. Space Chain offers blockchain custody services and claims the project is a sign of decentralization and censorship resistance of blockchain technologies. Institutional clients will get access to the node.
One of our servers is off planet.
I mean, that's a pretty cool gimmick. I'm not gonna lie.
It's pretty sweet. You got Ethereum in space?
Straight up. Institutional clients will get access.
There's a Bitcoin satellite.
Yeah, there certainly is. And
what?
There's a Bitcoin node up in space?
Yes.
There's several Bitcoin nodes. You can receive Bitcoin anywhere across the world 24/7 right now, thanks to the Bitcoin satellites.
Exactly. I think those are the Blockstream satellites that were up there.
Yeah.
Indeed, yes. Making.
The whole point of Bitcoin is that you should be able to use it anywhere. So while I guess if you don't have any electricity at all, you are probably screwed. You don't even need to be connected to the internet to be able to interact with the Bitcoin blockchain, because you can just send it straight to a node in space.
Indeed. There you have it. Institutional clients will get access to the node to provide better security and protect their digital assets. Yes, when turmoil, I guess, hits on the surface, we do have, rest assured, my dear multi-billion-dollar client, your funds will be secure. Our Space Force is guarding your data, your node up in the ISS. You are free from any fallout on the surface. Is how I think the conversation will go in a not so distant future. All right, so let's go. All right, any Grand Theft Auto fans in here? Apparently, GTA 6. That's right, the very highly anticipated.
How long has that been? Since they made a GTA.
GTA 5 has had some insane staying power. It's still a pretty popular game. But it's been about 10 years, I think, at least, since GTA 5 dropped, and 6 is now rumored to have an in-game version of Bitcoin. Man, what better way to acclimate the kiddies to not just, I guess, gratuitous violence, but Bitcoin than introducing a Bitcoin-like concept within the game itself.
Okay, I guess. I was about to say this isn't even like really crypto related because it's not a real crypto, but I guess if it's for indoctrinating children, then I could see it.
Like Roblox?
Yeah.
I think it's interesting in the sense. Have you played GTA at all, Alex? Are you familiar with Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah. Last I played was San Andreas. It's been a while.
All right. You know how they satirize many things in pop culture and in the real world. So it seems only fitting that they'll probably come up with some aptly named Bitcoin knockoff for the game. It'll be cool. I think in some sense this is cool.
I don't know. I feel you're right, but they make fun of things in pop culture. It's just going to be something making fun of Bitcoin. It's going to be like, it's going to be like a radio program. It's like, oh, go and buy some Buttcoin today, and then on to the next thing. You know,
hey, any publicity is good publicity. Right?
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
You know you're hitting. You know you're becoming a cultural mainstay when GTA is spoofing you basically. But according to a reputable leaker, he said that users will be able to earn Bitcoin instead of cash when playing the game. This gentleman here on Twitter wrote, I heard recently some missions reward you in Bitcoin instead of cash for completing missions. The stock market feature will return with the addition of a broker for different cryptocurrencies. If GTA 6 incorporates this right, it's a huge...
Oh, you can actually trade.
Yeah, I don't
game probably.
Again,
there's a stock market. Guys, we could make money on the stock market in a video game. They'll never see us coming. We're ringers.
I'm in. Dude.
Yeah, I think GTA 5 does have some kind of stock market functionality. It does have a...
people on that just doing that, trying to get rich on the game. That's hilarious.
Honestly, the in-game money's hard to come by, dude. Everything is super expensive in GTA 5 online. Property isn't cheap. The cars aren't cheap. Everything is expensive. So I guess if you can deploy some pathways to profit in your GTA Online profile, it makes the gameplay that much easier.
This literally could teach kids how to trade.
Man, what is the world coming to?
We don't want to teach kids to trade because trading is professional gambling, and we don't want to teach kids to gamble.
Yeah, exactly.
I could have used it when I was younger.
Although to be fair, this game is rated M for mature or whatever, so it really isn't suitable for the youth anyway. But there you go, guys. There's a quick look at the GTA story. All right, here we go. Here's one from Cointelegraph. They tracked down the original Bitcoin Lambo guy. Let's just have a look here. Jay's the Bitcoin OG who created the meme by buying a Lambo with his crypto. He went from a poverty-level existence to enjoying a well-off lifestyle in the gated community thanks to mining Bitcoin in the early days, but not without having to worry for his family's safety. An interesting read here. So they tracked him down to see what he's up to. As Bitcoin first broke 1,000 back in December 2013, Alan Greenspan suggested Bitcoin could actually be used to buy anything of value, but of course Jay, who was in his early 30s at the time, with the help of his wife, who was also a Bitcoiner, used almost 217 Bitcoin to purchase what he believed was the original Bitcoin Lambo at Bitcoin Newport Beach. He then provided the evidence on 4chan. This, of course, here's the original post. Yes, this is the one that was cemented into history, a yellow Lamborghini Gallardo back in the day. I guess they track him down, and he's had trouble, I think, with the Russian mafia or something as well. I had some issues with the Russian oligarchs in the past, but I don't think I'm a target now. Okay.
You're breaking up.
I'm breaking up?
Did you hear that too, Jason?
No, I think he sounds fine.
Sounds fun. All right. I would dive more into the story, guys, but we're pretty much out of time. I have to get into the next segment, but there is this very interesting story on the original Lambo guy. What he's up to. He said the only unfortunate part was that I had kids. I had to sell so much Bitcoin early because I wanted some safety net. I could add at least 1 0 to my net worth if I had no family, but it's a paradox because family is why I do it. So if there's one lesson to be drawn out of this, it's never sell too early, and it kind of demonstrates that a lot of the early BTC holders they sold when it hit 1,000. They probably sold when it hit 5 and 10, 20K. In some ways, I feel like Bitcoin has had a pretty fair distribution based on that, and this is why a lot of people lambast Bitcoin as some kind of Ponzi scheme, but this is how investment works. One early investor is happy to get out at a certain with certain gains, and the next investor takes the opportunity to realize their own gains, and on it goes. So there's some of the Bitcoin magic at work. All right, the Bitcoin mempool finally cleared today. Not bad, but not much we can really talk more about here because I really got to get into the next segment, guys. Thank you to everybody who's really patiently standing by. We are about to get to Alex's analysis, so hang tight. We're almost there. Let's quickly.
Alex analysis.
Yeah, you certainly Certainly like the custom branding, eh? Let's have a look. Let's Ron Legato first on YouTube. Shoutouts to Ron, Dave Rice, hi all. Shoutouts to Dave, Alexander King on YouTube. Shoutouts to you as well. AntCap Futures joins us on YouTube as well. Crypto Bull on YouTube. Man, people have come back to YouTube in a big way. Don't forget, guys, we're still trying to hold down the D-Live fort. Ben Jal on YouTube says, I got my YouTube alert. Yeah.
Same amount of viewers on D-Live as YouTube right now, so.
Indeed. Benjal says, got my YouTube alert and I'm here for the show. I'm glad the YouTube alerts are reaching our people, our subscribers. Let's see. Bricks, greetings from Miami. All right, well, congrats to Bricks. Hope you're having a good time down there. Hope it rains in Miami. Well, don't say that. Come on, man's down there on his vacation. Crypto Caveman. Tell the people what's what, boys. All right, we certainly will. Greetings from Vancouver, says BK Fly. Well, shoutouts to you, Mr. West Coast. Taz.
Oh, Mr. West Coast must be nice.
Vancouver, BC is a beautiful, it's a beautiful piece of land. You guys got to explore. Great territory. Let's have a look at Taz Blitz. Says evening all electric with us. Brick says it rains about every day in Florida, but it passes quick. Alex, is this true? Can you confirm?
Oh yeah, I remember one summer in particular. It was almost like clockwork. The rain would just start at 3 p.m. and stop by like 3:45, 3:50, and it did this for 4 weeks straight. That's why I remember. It was just so distinct. It's like, oh, it must be 3 in the afternoon. It's raining, and sure enough, it's just sometimes it be like that in Florida.
Sometimes it be like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you heard it there, straight from the Floridian's mouth. Crypto Bull. Hey guys, and imagined a haste. All right. Let's have a look. Bricks. I used to live in the marshland. I'm used to it. Okay. Toes in the sand writes, good day. All slapped in the face overnight, but holding strong here. All right. Toes in the sand. Glad to hear that. Let's see. 007. Not sure what that relates to. Jersey City is marshland? Yeah, I'm not so sure either. Mr. Ether writes, old Elon dip. Yes, it's the old Elon dip. It sounds like a dance move you'd find at a line dancing at a cowboy bar or whatever you guys call Western theme bar, or I don't know what to call them. You know what I'm talking about. What do you guys call those things?
A honky tonk?
Yes. Precisely, honky tonk. Let's have a look here. David Rice, Revolution writes, happy Friday. Shout out to that Revolution. Tricon32, hey. Alex81SG, I reached out to Bubble Support. Alex is right. It's rolling 24 hours. That is correct.
Are we? Rolo Maximus just outed us.
Alex81SG, are we still looking at a symmetrical triangle on Bitcoin, or is it considered invalidated at this point? Well, hang tight. Alex will get right into that. Well, yeah, good question. Were you ever looking at a symmetrical triangle? Crypto Butler, any thoughts on the Pulse Chain airdrop? I mean, I really don't think it's going to displace any of the established smart contract platforms, but, Richard Hart is a good shill. Pulse Chain probably has a big, wide community to disperse it to, so I think it could do okay. I just don't think that really going to, again, shake up the space too much. Mike Maker, who let the dogs out. All right, Mr. Unicorn joins us. What's up, CC folks? Elon rules, yo. All right, Mr. Unicorn, big Elon fan apparently, unless that's sarcasm. We need there's another interesting meme coin, says Alex81. It's called These Nuts. Things are out of control. Yes, they certainly are. And
the thing is, he could be joking, but I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure.
I honestly don't think he's joking. I really think this is what things have devolved to. And, yes, the degeneracy is rife here, guys. Let's try to, let's raise let's raise our taste a little bit here. Mr. Unicorn, Chico Crypto's interesting take on what Elon is up to. You know, I haven't watched any Chico Crypto in a while, but I should probably check in. He's always got great research, great insight. I would love to know. Chico, speaking of Chico, there's a user by the name of Chico Blanco Verano here on YouTube. Not smart enough to make a better crypto, so just settle for making a hardware wallet. Well, you know, you don't have to like try to one up every established project in the space. You know, it's fine. Bitcoin's Bitcoin. You don't have to make a new Bitcoin.
You can just sell doubles in the gold rush.
Those big tech execs are not that special. Well, maybe I could agree with you there a bit, but. Again, this could be helpful, and hardware wallets could very well be useful in the coming future, in the anarcho-capitalist crypto future that awaits us all. You may very well not want your keys in a hot wallet directly on your device. You are going to need the Dorsey wallet, baby. Let's have a look. I think that's about it. Polly B, happy Friday to Polly B. Crypto Husao, this week flew by. Happy Friday, CC. Thank you, Mr. Crypto Husao. And Jordan Stott says, hello, friends. Hello to you, Jordan. Let's see here. GPH, how to use crypto without electronic device. Power outage. Crypto is only for the 1% of wealthy. It's not a real currency. We are not all George. Elon is a space god. Okay. I wish I had more time to kind of expand on this, but yeah, we certainly could look at it. Yes, but you know, if with power going out, if you're suffering from a power outage, yeah, you're short on luck in most scenarios. Whether it's from
You're one of the hand cranks for your Bitcoin node.
Yeah, I got some stepper motors in my garage. We can hook it up to a bike and start pedaling.
Exactly. How do you think they do it over in those Vietnamese fishing villages? Somebody's brother has to use the bike, the pedal bike, to power the NES. That's how we used to do it, actually. So we're gonna have to go back to the old school days. Only so much battery or so much power the 12 volt in the house can handle. Buy the Greek tokens if you want to get rich. All right, what Greek tokens? SpaceX connections, he says. All right, the SpaceX Greek X connections. There you go. Electric GTA 5 came out in 2012, I think. Yeah, so it's been almost 10 years. Let's have a look.
Good luck on that one, huh?
It has been incredibly long. NCAP with an hour loading screens. Yes, they had super long loading screens if you were playing on Xbox or the consoles, I guess. Alright guys, I am low on time, so shoutouts to Rolo Maximus in the chat, Crypto Caveman, Dave McGee, and Gravy Grits. Joe Mama's back, bringing back the grits soon. Good to see you, Joe Mama. Good to have you back. Spotted B69, Prophet Bear, and Chico again. All right, guys, would love to expand on more of your comments, but I already spent too much time rambling about the news and all the other things. Let's get into the next segment, and this is where we dive into Alex's live stream. Alex, if you could be so kind, he's already live. Great stuff. All right, currently looking at the BTC US 3 hour. Guys, you know you know what we're doing. And by the way, Jason, you know, you're always like following along, watching the stream. If you wanted to kind of watch Alex live, you could connect to his live stream on Discord too.
No, I do that.
Oh.
I do that.
Okay, gotcha. In that case,
otherwise it's way too laggy.
I call on him to look at the screen. In those moments, he's not doing that.
Okay, true say.
Yeah. I have two screens.
All right, guys.
I forget I'm looking at the laggy one.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to dive in and start collecting your requests. If you posted a request early, feel free to repost it. In the meantime, Alex and Jason will take you through the charts. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay, so
It'll be hilarious if we bounce off that line.
This line right here, or you mean?
Yeah, like your shape. Like it'd be hilarious if we get another pump from here and it follows that line.
It would be pretty funny. The other Alex was asking after a symmetrical triangle. I can only, from looking, I can only assume he means something along the lines of this. I don't see an invalidation.
No,
probably a false breakout and then closing back in it doesn't invalidate it by any means. And depending on how you want to draw it, we could still be inside of it. You could could draw it on the 4 hour like this. I think that looks pretty good. So, no, I don't consider this invalidated if this is a thing. I still feel kind of good for us breaking up here on lower time frames. It's not looking too bad. We certainly could have broken down at any time here and didn't.
Mhm.
You know, boom, 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 boom. You know, sellers just can't seem to make headway here. So I think we can at least run up back into the 3,700, 3,800s on lower time frames at least.
And I would say that the way that price is moving at that angle, that kind of 45-degree up, rather than it's usually a slant down when you're breaking down, I think that it does look like on lower time frames will likely press back up.
Mm.
Making a little inverse head and shoulders on lower time frames.
There's nothing we can really do with Ethereum here. We're right at this resistance level, and you guys can see why I don't like longing resistance, even when it looks so good. You can just get a full flat-out reversal right at resistance. That being said, this is a level that we could just be retesting before we get another move up. Generally, in the markets, it tends to be 3 tops, 3 bottoms, three movements at a time. I'll let you determine that for yourselves, or I don't really know why per se, but it is true in the markets. So right now I just see 2 drives, and so I still think we have more room here before we necessarily need to test downwards. I am still expecting another big move down, but not yet. I don't think. I'm not eager to short here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not eager to be shorting in this spot. This could easily be explained as just a retest of the local point of control right here at 2,600. So yeah, I guess I just don't have anything really new to say on Ethereum, except that even though we're down, I'm not necessarily bearish yet on lower time frames. I still want to see us back up into these areas. I don't think the plan has changed. I don't think this down day has changed my view on what the market's doing here. What about you, Jason?
I mean, nothing's changed at all. Exact same. Okay. I think that we got a little sell off here, but on lower time frames, this is the type of price action that traps shorters.
I agree.
I think that we definitely get that pressed into the 40s, lower 40s, and then we get the real breakdown. Time will tell.
Bitcoin dominance more sideways on lower time frames. On higher time frames, it could just kind of go either way still. If we start moving up from here, I would expect that more, but we could move down a little bit and retest 40%. I just don't see that much more downside here for Bitcoin dominance. I think what we get is we get some downside as people flood back into the market and they get their hopes up and they rush into alts and Bitcoin rise together and everybody's super happy. And then when the hammer drops and we get that one more leg down, that's when we see a huge panic in the people who just re-entered alts. And we get this move up in Bitcoin dominance. So they get stopped out of alts, dropped into Bitcoin. Right at resistance here for Uniswap perp. Not a lot of volume for us here. Look at this. Maybe we won't even make it up to this area we've been targeting around 60,000. Stop. Let go. Let go. Sorry, my trackpad is acting up. All right, let's try that again. I still think we can end up in this area. But you can see how heavy the resistance is above us. That's pretty ugly looking. Maybe I should have been targeting this area right here. No, I think we can still get more upside here. I'm not convinced this is it. But I do want to see us end back up in this area. You can see the volume down here is just completely unretested. Just sitting there on the books. DeFi perp is, yeah, it's right in our no trade zone, hanging out right at the point of control. I don't think we should be doing anything with DeFi perp here. This is it's literally right in the middle of its average, right in the middle of the trading range. It's just we got nothing here. Not getting a signal. This is staying up, just staying down. Stay out of it. Yeah. Exit signal on privacy perp. This is not fantastic looking, but there's nothing we can do with this. Same with exchange perp and ship perp. Finding resistance right here at 4,600. It doesn't look fantastic right now. We really need to get over this resistance level on all these different charts. We got to do it. Ooh, interesting. Down day on the dollar. You would think that would mean that crypto would be up, right? Mm-hmm. But then again, crypto was up yesterday, and the dollar was up too. And so last couple days it's been more directly correlated. I just see this as a retest. To me, that's a breakout right here. That's kind of exactly what you would want to see if you were expecting support somewhere. Just can't push through it here. Just start moving up. Well, if the dollar is down and everything else is up against it, then that must mean the markets are having a good day, the traditionals. Let's see. This is not too shabby, actually. This is arguably starting to get a little bullish here on the Dow Jones. If we can close above 350, the markets could go for it here. This is our resistance level right here, 350. It's a nice, firm psychological resistance level. If we close above this on the Dow ETF, whatever the actual contract is here for. $35,000. If close above 35,000, then I say, then we can definitely be sure. But for now, I think we can at least pump up into this area. We seem to be getting a little bit of momentum here. I like that we started to cross down, we crossed back up. That's a good sign, bullishly. I mean, I've been bearish, but as I said, I would rather be wrong and just make money off of longing the market, right? It's super easy when the markets are all going up together. That sure is nice. That is a nice day. Is this even going to give us... This won't even give us a continuation signal, but with this kind of momentum, I would expect this to take us back towards a retest of the highs at least. It's a very strong day. It's almost 2% on NASDAQ. S&P 500, as always, somewhere in the middle. But this is right at resistance. And it's got some momentum behind it this time. This isn't like a gap up and then a breakdown like it was here and here. We'll see what happens. This is intensely interesting. If the markets keep going, then crypto can recover. The institutions and other buyers will regain their confidence. If people start seeing their gains increase in stocks, everybody who made money in stocks are going to look at crypto and think, hey, prices are way down right now, actually, right? I mean, we're all thinking that, but we live here in this sector. Like, you guys watch our show every day, so like this is like we're intensely aware of the fact that crypto prices are down, and this is a kind of a good buying opportunity if you've been waiting. But the rest of the market that isn't focused on crypto and stuff, they just say, every now and then when they glance over, it's like, oh, that's right, hey. So that could be very good. If they start making gains on traditional markets, it will inevitably leak over into crypto. Dollars down, and look at that. Commodities are all up, guys. Such a clear inverse correlation between the dollar and almost everything on the markets, right? Every time we look at it, it's maybe not every time. 75 to 80% of the time that we look at the dollar, the markets will do the opposite of whatever the fuck the dollar's doing that day.
Pretty reliably.
Yep. Gold finding some trend support here. I like that our trend line is holding. I would actually consider this to be a place to start entering a short if I was going to short. Now that, because you can see we've crossed below the daily baseline right here and started to get a short signal. Now we don't use this system for commodities. As you guys know, I have terminated using the strategy for commodities. It just wasn't successful enough. But I mean, it still gives us a good sense of whether or not we're in a positive trend, right? And clearly we're breaking below this positive trend. Same for silver. I would consider this just a correction. This is an awful lot of resistance. Remember, this is the 3-day chart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's a lot of days to be pushing up to resistance, and you can't make it any higher. You can't grind any higher, right? Well, if price can't go up, it must go down. That's how it goes. Maybe oil's gonna go for it here. Yeah, at this point we're almost at new swing highs. Are we over this actually? All right, we did make a new high today. I stand corrected. Maybe you can keep going. I would try and get in, if you're going to long oil, I would try and get down on a retest of $70 from above. And then if you closed back below like $69, to be out. It's like, okay, that didn't work out. But it's a good low risk entry because you know exactly how to set up the trade and where your stop's going to go. These are good things. I think I just quoted Martha Stewart.
I think you did. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. See what would have happened if you would have shorted soybeans? Soybeans, not even once. Don't short soybeans. Interestingly, for the resistance level that we have here, on the 3-day, we've got this fake out, close above, and are we holding this? This 3-day candle closes in 3 hours, so this is a pretty valid 3-day candle right here. Where did I get this line from? Did I make up this line? Oh, okay, this is the weekly trend. Yeah, this looks good. This is our weekly horizontal resistance. This looks a little bit like Ethereum's high right here. One second. Let me show you guys what my pattern recognition system is seeing right now. Here, let's get rid of these. No, it's Bitcoin. That's actually what I want. It's Bitcoin. Vaguely, right? Back me up here. I'm not making this up, am I? You know, horizontal is actually going to work better for this.
Yeah. You saying that sugar and Ethereum are becoming correlated? Sugar on my tongue.
Maybe. So this is the weekly. Well, this probably actually has a longer time frame because traditionals. Oh well. Okay, I guess this is not super helpful. I guess what I'm saying here is in the same way that Ethereum was able to come up and retest this high right here, boom, boom. I'm thinking Sugar could come up and retest this high up here. See? Boom, boom. So I would be targeting just 2100, 28. Just based off of this similarity that I have clocked here. And maybe it's right, and maybe it's like completely wrong, but it just I can't help but notice that this part right here. And that's the similarity that I'm seeing. So we'll see. We will see if Sugar pulls an Ethereum Bitcoin trade. I guess let's do just a little bit more puttering around. So let's look at the rest of the world equity. Let me turn this off. Let's look at the rest of the world equity markets here. Because Netherlands was kind of going for it yesterday, right? It was kind of diverging from the other markets. Or was it Australia? It was Australia.
I think it was Australia.
Yep. Australia's totally going for it. Still going for it. Is there big Australian economic news that I don't know about? This goes against a little bit of the narrative that I had envisioned where Australia's economy would not do so hot during the winter. Maybe that narrative just isn't going to work with enough people a lot of Aussies are probably getting vaccinated, right? Maybe they don't have to be locked down. Let's see if there's just any big news. Australian economy climbs back to pre-pandemic size, pre-pandemic levels as consumers, businesses spend. Australian economy at 1.1% bigger than start of the COVID pandemic. Ooh la la. So I think they're measuring against this. I think they're literally measuring like Australia's economy by the stock market. They're like, oh, it's up against it. So yeah, I guess a couple days ago it made a new all-time high right here, and now we're pushing into it. That news is all really bullish sounding. I think this could have some legs behind it, and certainly a blue sky breakout on an economy. It usually has some momentum behind it. So if any of you are Europeans and can more easily invest in some CFDs or something for the Australian economy, this could keep going here. This is good. Like, if Australia's economy can keep going in this spot, like, because America's economy is not broken if the world's economy is not broken, right? The world is just so interconnected, and so much of the world's money flows through the United States that if the world's economy is recovering, America's going to recover, right? It's written in the stars, right?
I have heard it in stories.
Yes. Like, it's as the ancients say. The wisdom of the ancients tells us that yeah.
America lives forever.
So it's very interesting. So if the world can recover, then the U.S. can recover, and if the U.S. recovers, then the traditional stock markets can keep going, and if the traditional stock markets can keep going, crypto can keep going. That is my long-winded reason for looking at all this crap. Okay.
It's like I'm moving to Australia.
Yeah. I'm just kind of pushing up into resistance right now on China A50. I don't see much to do with it. Getting a continuation signal? No, not even that. France is going for it. Is it going to make new all-time highs? I don't think it's going to. I think it is, as of this literal second, making a new all-time high. Yes. See, there you go. As we speak, it's happening, guys. France is breaking out. The entire country of France is breaking out. It's not bad looking. Well, so much for this broken trend line. Maybe, are we going to recover this?
France. Yeah, it's right up there at that resistance right now, though. You haven't quite got that break.
We will keep track of this. If we break this, then we will truly be breaking out on the French traditional markets. But so far, it looks good. Hong Kong's just sideways today. UK is sideways. India is still fucking going for it. Almost reached the target of our inverse head and shoulders that we've been eyeing for the last couple of months. You guys, I don't often trade patterns, but I do like to chart them. I like to mark them out. I like to see their targets. And it helps give me more confidence in my technical analysis, that I'm actually seeing the things that I think I'm seeing in the markets, whether or not I choose to trade those things.
Yep.
And also, even if you don't ascribe to like, oh, I can totally measure this move just by taking like fine, even if you think that's reading the tea leaves, I think you can agree, like, when you see these things work out over and over, that surely it's giving you some kind of edge in the market, right? Like, no one, I'm not claiming I can see the future here. I had I was out to dinner with some people out in Puerto Rico, and I was talking to this guy who works at like a much more traditional hedge fund, and they do like macroeconomic stuff. And I was like, oh, so what do you do? Like fundamentals, technicals? And this guy looked at me like I was crazy. He's like, technicals? That's like astrology. Like we were over dinner, so I didn't like really get into it with him. But I've heard people. I have heard that opinion before, and when I started, I certainly had much more cynicism towards technical analysis than I do now, because I had heard that opinion. I had heard that opinion expressed before, that there's no scientific backing behind it, and blah blah blah. Empirical testing shows, and let me show you this study.
Yeah,
that's well and good at all, but I would. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say my bank account begs to differ.
Exactly. I mean, we do empirical testing. That's what back testing is, and then we do live testing. The fact that the markets change and strategies ultimately fail, and things don't always work out the way you want them to. I don't think that renders technical analysis the same thing as astrology. And certainly, I would like to think that on the show, I've demonstrated times where it's like, okay, this thing is going to happen. Here's why I think this thing is going to happen. And then that thing happens. And then there are also times where, hey, we get it wrong. So I hope you're watching the show because you think that we know what we're doing, or that you think that technical analysis can work.
Well, we're here as an example that it very much can.
Yeah, I would like to make that argument to you, and I would like to say that I do it a little bit at a time every day. If you guys watch the show day after day, you'll see things work out.
Yeah, just stick around for a little bit. You'll see things work out for sure.
I see Japan as really recovering over support here. Maybe we can redraw this. I would take that to the upside. Netherlands is breaking out into new highs today. Singapore is setting up. Taiwan potentially setting up, still at resistance. UK 10-year bonds recovering nicely. US 10-year bonds more than made up for yesterday's down day. Looking really strong here. 2-year bonds recovering, has not made up. 5-year bonds more than made up. NASDAQ 100, as you guys know, this looking very bullish. Possibly setting up for a continuation long signal. Russell 2000 sideways. S&P 500, as you guys know, setting up maybe. 30-year bonds, very strong buyback today. Well, that's really interesting. Bonds and stocks are up today. Dollars down. World markets. Earlier in the week, world markets look like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's not so bad. I don't know, guys. Maybe there's not. Maybe there's not an awful summer ahead of us. I mean, crypto does not look exactly like the rest of these markets do. So maybe we're still gonna have a little bit of pain ahead of us. I don't know, but this is all pretty encouraging today. Why don't we go ahead and look at chart requests?
All right, I am down for that. Let's read a couple comments here I wanted to highlight real quick. Let's see here. It was from Chico Blanco on YouTube talking about, supplemental unemployment ending in 21 states soon. Yeah, I read the headline about this yesterday. Makes you wonder, will it potentially harm the markets with a lot of this necessary unemployment getting cut across so many states. Chico also wrote, gold going up is a really good sign for markets generally. It means there's a lot of speculation still to be had. And let's see here. There's Polly B also concurs, saying probably even more later this year due to the new BIS rules for banks holding gold. And finally, someone mentioned, Alex D1SG, could you take a look at the Italian economy since you were looking at the major... Did you look at the Italian economy by any chance?
I don't think I looked at Italian economy. Do you have a particular chart for me besides the Italian economy? I don't know the ticker.
Either way, we'll get into the request very shortly. And Safe Coins on DLive joins us. Say, hi guys, I'm coming in from New Zealand. Well, that's certainly far. Shout outs to our New Zealand homie joining us now. With that said, guys, let's get into the requests. I'm going to hide this particular graphic and put the requests up on the screen now. First request comes from Nitin Soki over on YouTube. GRT, please.
Well, you can decide if you think we're going to get a little bit more pullback here. If so, I would target an entry around 66 cents, maybe 58 cents. Because technically, you could take a signal back in this area.
Mm-hmm.
This did sort of give us a long signal yesterday that we were too far above the qualifying line to take. So if you think we'll move up, then I'd be targeting about $1.20, $1.25. I like that area. What's next?
All right, here we go. Getting right into the next request. We have Crypto Caveman on YouTube. Can you take a look at THETA and TFUEL, please, and thank you.
Well, guys.
It did it.
Yep.
TA works.
So this ended up being a good take profit area. At this point, I wouldn't be doing anything with it. I think we could still push up into this area a little bit more. This is actually on lower time frames. This looks just a little bit bullish, but at this point, I would be slowly taking profits as we. Well, I think I said around $10. So as we push up into the $10 range, eventually I would look for a pullback towards $4.50, $5, maybe even $3 if we get that leg down. What is next? Oh, TFUEL. All right. Nice recovery after breaking down with the rest of the market. Seems like we are going to continue to get that follow through to 50 cents after all. I would just stay strong, keep looking for that. What's next?
All right, TFUEL, THETA out the door for Caveman. Let's get into this next one. This is from Chico Blanco Verano on YouTube. He wants to look at RHO. What is RHO? Is that a coin? It is. Rhodium coin. Top trading pair. Unless Alex is Uniswap. No market data available. Alright, this might be an utter shit coin. Oh, it is on Uniswap. Never mind.
No, this is a shit coin. This only has like $50-some thousand of liquidity. You don't want to trade this, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just too little liquidity to be trading. I just leave it alone.
Super low cap, crazy.
There's plenty of shit coins out there that have more liquidity. It'll be easier for you to get in and get out of without pushing the entire market around.
All right. He also wanted to look at Gamma. What is Gamma? Is that also some kind of Yes, Gamma Coin. It's only on Gecko and it's not yet on CoinMarketCap. Coin is inactive.
If you have good reason to think this could keep going, then this is maybe not a bad area to be buying. This could be a retest of the highs right here. But again, look at the liquidity, man. It's going to be really hard to get in and get out without moving around price a lot. You should just find something else to trade. What's next?
Finally, the third request for this gentleman is going to be NFY. I guess another ChartX jobby.
Non-fungible urine.
Non-fungible urine.
Well, this one has a good amount of liquidity. See, this one has $6 million in liquidity versus what, $35,000 and $50,000. You see why the other ones were just way too shitty to be trading? This one is acceptable. Let's see here. Maybe a different time frame. I guess I don't. I feel like there's a lot of resistance overhead in the spot. You can see this area had some resistance for us. This area, this area, this area, this area. So I guess I just don't feel comfortable taking it after it's pumped this much. It could keep going. It's certainly a nice and long consolidation period. I just don't like it with so much resistance overhead. I wouldn't be taking the trade. What's next?
All right, there is Chico's requests all tied up. Let's get into this next one. This is 1 inch for Boris Bitcoin. What's the 1 inch token doing?
We'll see. I imagine it's down with everything else in the market. It's actually starting to recover in the last couple hours. Right at resistance again. Yeah, we're still right at resistance. I wouldn't do anything with it here. At least on lower time frames we are. Yeah, what can I say? I don't know if we're gonna break up here or not, guys. If we do, if the market goes up, then yes, 1 inch can go up with it. And if the market doesn't, then I just don't see it doing anything special or different. I'm sorry if that's unhelpful. What's next?
All right, there's your look at 1 inch, La Resistance. Let's get into the next request. Saj Ali on YouTube writes, hey, can you take a look at Solana and Filecoin? Yeah, let's look at Solana first.
Looks pretty ripe for continuation right now, doesn't it? We seem to have found support here on previous resistance. Support, resistance, support. It's not a bad level to be looking for continuation. I could see us continuing to push up till maybe $45. But like everything else, I want to see this break down and sweep this entire area back towards $20. Maybe $23 eventually. Eventually, I want to see us back in this area. What's Sol? What's next?
Filecoin.
Looks pretty strong here. Pretty nice continuation on lower time frames. I would be looking for these two areas to end up in. Either right around $100 or maybe $125. Yeah. Actually, I think 100, 130, 140 would make more sense. So this area right here. Let's get rid of these. I don't need these anymore. Although we did, dink, bounce off that area for a while. But those times are gone. Okay, all right. What's next?
All right, thank you for a look at Solana and Filecoin for Mr. Ali. Let's get into Maker for Chico.
Ew. Maker looks like it wants to pull back all the way down to like $1,000. These are the, if Maker pulls back, which I think it probably will with the rest of the market, these are the two places I'm looking to pull back. Kind of an ugly rejection right here. I think we can still finish pushing up towards maybe $5,000, $4,500, $5,000. You can still push up into this area before we come down. But if we come down first, then that's even better because there's a chance we could just bottom out and then, you know, just start heading upwards reliably. What's next?
All right, there is a look at Maker for Chico. Let's look at Kasama next.
Nope.
There's the hand.
Hanging right out in our resistance level. I don't want to do much with it. There is a chance that it could bounce the rest of the way to 559. But I'm still looking for that downside with the rest of the market. Yeah, I guess I just don't want to do much with it while we're at resistance. We're just hanging out in our consolidation area. What's next?
All right, before we get into the next one, Alex, I'm curious, is that mysterious noise potentially related to your vape pen? Huh? Does your vape pen produce some kind of weird...
This is vape.
All right, maybe not. I've never heard of a vape pen, I guess, vibrate in such a way, but...
Yeah, sounding like a jumbo jet.
Yeah, but I thought it was worth a shot. Not the vape pen mystery, not yet solved. Let's get into this next request. ANCAP Futures says Tesla, TSLA. Curious what your thoughts are. All right, what's the Tesla stock looking like?
I was looking at this morning. It's potentially kind of bottomed out. And so the question is, are we going to break down from this ascending triangle, or are we going to break up? And I don't know. This is a pretty nice low risk buy point, if you ask me. I think you could be buying in this area, and then if we closed back below $546, let's just do that right here. If you close back below this area, I'd want to be out. I think along here could make sense. There's an asymmetric risk to reward trade on the table here, taking this back to $800. What's next?
All right, there is your look at Tesla on this Friday. Here we go. We're going to get into the next one. Let me just make sure this is on screen.
Keep in mind, look what all the other economies of the world are doing. Surely, if people started feeling bullish, they'd start feeling bullish about Tesla, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would think so. In the meantime, let's take a look at this next request concerning ICP. Profit Bear writes, can I request ICP USD? I want to buy in under $100. Do you think we can do it? Toes in the Sand also writes, ICP, do you think you can move up from here? I just hit some resistance retesting 118. All right, so one gentleman curious about picking up ICP below 100 again. Another wondering about the resistance we just hit.
Certainly, we did experience resistance at this previous support level. I kind of intimated yesterday that you should be picking it up on a retest of the lows. So to me, this is not surprising. I said yesterday that you want to buy it back near 115, maybe even $106, and we have retested those areas. It's just more consolidation, just more sideways. I think this is a good pump off the bottom. There's a chance that we could see below 100. I could see us test these lows, maybe go back down into the 80s again, but it would be a spring. But you could get the buying opportunity, sure. Just right now, it doesn't look like we've got a lot more downward momentum, do we? So see, really big weekly candle, medium candle, small candle, basically no candle. And what's going to happen next week? Probably reversal candle. That's how it happens. You guys see it, right? When we run out of momentum on a time frame, big, medium, small candle, sideways candle, reversal candle. I think there's upside for ICP. What's next?
All right, getting into the next request. Currently logging another request here, guys. We got a little bit of room to fit a few more in. I do appreciate these requests coming in late, including somebody just mentioned that, who was it? Jose Alves. How y'all doing? I'm a little late to the show. Well, welcome to the show. Late or not, you're here. You made it. You're kicking it with the CC crew on a Friday afternoon. It's a pretty quiet and chill Friday, if I say so myself. Our analysts are leaned back, I can already tell. What else? All right, so we just looked at ICP. Yes, the chest. I was going to mention the business about the chest. Guys, currently I have no response from the chest custodian.
No, Ben said he wouldn't be available today, if I recall correctly.
Oh.
He's got a dermatologist appointment. No, he had a dermatologist. He had a podiatrist appointment this morning, and he said that hopefully, if all things went well, he'd be back in time. So I can only presume things did not go well at the doctor. So.
All right. Well, Ben not here, but apparently Alex has been looking over his medical chart. Thank you for giving us the down and dirty on all of Ben's medical appointments.
It also burns when Ben pees. It's weird, but
that's not a good one. That's not a good one. That's supposed to stay in Vegas. Apparently came back to haunt you forever. Let's get into this next request. I'll log a few more requests coming in. Rolo Maximus on DLive. Could you guys take a look at Cardano and BNB? By the way, THETA was impressive. I'm not sure if he's talking about the THETA price action or your THETA analysis. Either way, he wants to look at Cardano and BNB.
Welcome back to us, Cardano.
Yeah, there's nothing we can really do right now. We're still underneath the daily baseline. It looks like we might close the day below it.
We are right
If
at
we can
breaking.
get back above it, then it might be worth longing to new highs, or maybe just an equal high. But for right now, nothing. This is Cardano and what?
BNB.
So far, our trend-based fib extension is doing really well for our resistance here. I think I'm still looking for $500 though on BNB. Maybe. Right now, there's nothing we can really do with it. What's next?
All right, not much to do on BNB. Let's dive into this next request. How much time we got left in the show? About 17 minutes. Let's keep the ball rolling. Crypto Bull, can we take a look at IQ USDT? All right.
Oh, there's a name I haven't heard in a while. I mean, it looks about as bad as all the other markets do, but at least the other markets broke out of their downtrend, which IQ hasn't yet. I say don't do anything with it. It's technically a long though if you wanted to take it, but I wouldn't and won't. So what's next?
All right, a bit of a discretionary no there, but there you have it. There is your IQ request for Crypto Bull. Safe Coins on DLive is next. He says gold and silver, please, Jack Matey.
I did him.
We did look at gold and silver at some point today. You might have to check back and watch the replay. Timestamps will be available to help you navigate over to that part of the analysis. Right on Rice, David Rice writes, Uno USDT, yes, UNO.
Well, you guys know how I feel about bringing me shit coins that are way too new. Maybe it's not new. Maybe it's just like a KuCoin listing and there's more data elsewhere. Well, I guess this is a little bit more data. I'd say look to be a buyer back near 45 cents. It kind of makes the most sense. Otherwise, if it just keeps going up, then you gotta admit to yourself that you missed it. What's next?
All right, it don't make sense if it don't make dollars. Let's have a look at BSN USDT. That's Bravo Solo Newton. BSN. What is BSN? Oh, maybe this Broadstone Acquisition Corp. But he asked for USDT market. That would make me think it's a crypto. Let me quickly Google what BSN coin is. BSN is Bastonet. Bastonet? What is Bastonet?
Where?
Let me check where it trades. Nowhere yet. The CoinMarketCap page is bare. What's the deal with BSN? David Rice, do you want to clarify?
So is BSN CommunityNet or? So it is
Bastinet.
Bastinet.
It's definitely
once.
Bastinet. Yeah. All right. Well, let's explore that. On KuCoin, he says it's found on KuCoin. I don't know, bud.
Not finding it.
No, you're wrong, buddy.
Maybe it's new, not yet added to TradingView. I'm not too sure.
I guess so. Well, too new for our blood, and this thing is not charting it. So, what's next?
All right, David Rice. Sorry, we could not explore that any further. We'll certainly give BSN another shot, hopefully in the future. Here's one from SafeCoins. He asks, what's the correlation between gold and silver versus the U.S. bonds, and why? Gold-silver correlation to U.S. bonds?
I don't know. Sorry, not something I've really looked at.
Me neither.
Both are some type of inflation hedge. Let's see here. I mean, maybe I could explore this article. I just googled it briefly. It seems like Investopedia has a decent explanation on this topic. But let's get into the next request. If I have time, maybe we'll look back and read it. Let's have a look at this one. This one's for Crypto Butler on YouTube. Requesting Hex. It looks like it's breaking out, he says. All right, is Hex indeed breaking out?
That would be crazy. It looked so bad yesterday.
Yeah, Hexaruni.
Hexaruni.
I don't think it looks like it's breaking out yet. It could still just be dumping into resistance. I still don't like it. What's next?
All right, don't
If we close above this level, we'll talk. Otherwise, not interested. What's next?
Not interested. Indeed, you would have to get over that bit of resistance there before you can even begin a statement like X is breaking out. All right, here's the final question of the day. So we are kind of ahead of schedule here. The BSN project page doesn't even load. All right. Oh, my bad. It was BN. All right, we'll get back to that real shortly. Sorry. Let's read this question first, and let's have a look. Alex81SG on DLive writes, when you use VPVR, how do you know how far back in time to go? Sometimes just a few bars makes a big difference in volume levels.
Pardon me?
I'll read that again. So he says, when you use VPVR, how do you know how far back in time to go? Sometimes just a few bars makes a big difference.
Yeah, I don't. I just move around until I find what I'm looking for. Or I move around until I see, oh, there's nothing here. Yeah, I just move around to look at different volumes over different time periods.
All right, answer is you feel it out, Alex81SG. Are you about to put the VPVR on demo, or?
I mean, it's on here, but I don't have anything more to say.
No problem. All right. In the meantime, let's circle back and find and look at this coin that David Rice clarified. He says my dyslexia is bad today. I apologize. It was BNS. Okay, so it was BNS on KuCoin. There she is.
Looks pretty shitty to me, buddy. If you want a knife catch, then I guess this is maybe not a bad place to be catching the knife. Like, price does like to consolidate in this area, but I wouldn't. What's next?
Pretty epic wick. Am I looking at a crazy wick on yesterday's?
It's pretty common for KuCoin. KuCoin's not that liquid.
Understood. All right. Well, there is your look at BSN. It was in the end, or yeah, BNS. I don't remember. Yes, it was BNS. All right. Wonderful. That wraps up the final request. Let's see if there's anything that came in late in the live chat. No, I think we've got everything logged. One of these rare opportunities on the Breaking Bitcoin market update where we actually wrap a little early in terms of requests. Alex81SG did actually reply to the whole Italian market as to what he wants to look at specifically.
Yeah.
If you do want to entertain this one, Alex, it's going to be the FTSE MIB for Italian stocks, the FTSE.
Men in black.
Yes, the Men in Black. FTSE Men in Black. I think that first one there, FTSE Men in Black, or actually no, sorry, that one there. Yes, that one. Thank you.
On the weekly, this is also breaking out. I think this looks good.
Io mangio le pesce.
Mamma
I
mia.
could keep going with the rest of the. It could keep going with the rest of the world markets.
You just said I eat fish for no reason.
Yeah, I don't have anything special to say about it. It looks like you could go with the rest of the markets. There's a resistance level. We're over it. Jack?
I'm here. Sorry about that. All right. Well, that's about it. We've rounded out, taken a look at the Italian index. Let's see if there's anything super late coming across the board. Maybe we will entertain it. B-Flow writes, haha, I was watching Richard Hart yesterday, and I'm pretty sure he dropped an N-bomb when talking about his skin complexion. I thought, wow, that ought to help your PR. Well, he just earned me as a subscriber, but in all seriousness, yeah, that's probably not kosher on YouTube. You're gonna get wrecked, Richard Hart. You're gonna get canceled. Antifa is gonna come to your house, your pretty dope looking house, and carry you out with your ass still in that.
Antifa's not a real organization.
It's just an idea, right? Let's see here. He dropped it with an A, to be fair. Okay, B-Flow. Well, this is a topic I think is hilarious, but we can't really explore it too far on the show, can we? Revolution wants to look at NVDA. Since we still have a few minutes left, maybe you can be generous with your time, Alex. Let's look at NVIDIA.
Oh yeah, it's going for it. Just be long NVIDIA. I think it's looks like it's got legs. What's next?
That's tentatively it. Let's explore a couple more comments as we begin to wrap the show. Let me just adjust a few things on screen here. All right, that's better. And let's read a couple more comments. Grazie, says Alex81SG. Let's see here. Hart is White Hotep. Okay, yeah, maybe he is White Hotep. ANCAP Futures, Antifa are dirty and comms. Man, you can't slag off Antifa on YouTube. Don't you know they're closely aligned? You're asking us to get wrecked. Tricon32, is there any way to look at ZANO or ZANO? No good marketplace, but it's on Coin Market Cap. Well, let me quickly search this ZANO.
Well, I mean, we can, if it's on Coin Market Cap, then we can do it right here on CoinTrader.pro. Looks pretty crappy, man. Looks like we couldn't quite make it back over resistance. And now we're kind of making this head and shouldery looking thing. I mean, maybe if we make it over this, if we make it over the right shoulder, that where's how can I fix this? I'll just do that. That's fine. I'll tell you what, if we close back above 350, maybe. Until then, I just wouldn't be interested in it at all. At all.
No way.
All right, well, thank you for quickly looking at ZANO. It's nice to always squeeze in a few requests at the end of the line here. MacW writes Bene, and Caffeinated Squirrel on DLive just joined us. Caffeinated Squirrel writes, hello all, I am a 50-year-old high school dropout trying to learn more about crypto, and thank you for the show. Well, you've
Never too late.
Yeah, you've come to the right place, at least for technical analysis. You know, we don't go too deep on this show in regards to, you know, the fundamentals on crypto, but this could certainly help you out, round out some of your knowledge in your journey to understanding and learning about crypto. Tricon32 says, thank you, much appreciated. That's right, guys. We are moving to wrap the show, so I think I'm going to switch over. Switch a few graphics up as we move to wrap and bring up, let's see here, let's bring up the UFC fight card for tomorrow, see what I can find. Where is my view of that? Here it is. Alright guys, here is a look, because you know what it is, it's Friday, which means the weekend is upon us, and your cracking cryptocurrency community loves to kick it and do movie or UFC night in the premium lounge. So of course, if you are a premium member, I do encourage you to join us.
Are we gonna watch Logan Paul get his ass kicked?
Yeah, if that's happening this weekend, I assure you we will certainly watch that as well. We will be covering, following the latest developments in the Logan Paul versus Mayweather fight, but we will likely be mostly watching.
I heard Logan Paul's brother stole Mayweather's hat off his head last week.
That was a while ago.
That was a few weeks ago, but yes, he did. That was rude because I think it revealed whatever hair treatment he's getting underneath. So that wasn't cool.
Mayweather's gonna take that shit out on him.
Oh man, I could certainly hope so. Hopefully this doesn't end up with some epic backfire. But in the meantime, here is your look at UFC Fight Night coming up tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. We have Rosenstruck versus Augusto Sakai in a heavyweight main event. All right, guys, we do have that coming up for you tomorrow, so be sure to join us in the UFC. Let's have a look here. Paul versus Mayweather. When does this come up? Anybody in the live chat know off the top of their heads? Let me quickly date. And Sunday, June 6th. All right. I'm assuming.
Sunday?
You know what? This could just be late Saturday night based on the time zone. So maybe depending on the time zone, it actually is Sunday for us, but it's still Saturday somewhere else, or vice versa. I do think it's tomorrow night though, so we'll hopefully catch that tomorrow. So just a little reminder for everyone. It says the 6th, but that could still be Saturday for us, right? It could be depending on how.
I guess. Yeah, I guess that's true.
It could be late Saturday. Let's have a look here.
Europe or something?
We have, let's see here. Let's see. Mayhem in, no. Yeah, this is what the hat business, I think, was just mentioned. Honestly, I'm, excuse me. It's Sunday, June 6th, 8 p.m. Eastern. So is it really at on Sunday? Okay, guys, we might not be watching the Mayweather fight till Sunday night, strangely enough.
That's what we're wanting. So.
Damn it. Well, either way, we'll certainly try to catch it if we can. But in the meantime, you know what to do. Find us in the Premium Lounge tomorrow for movie night, aka UFC night. Look forward to that. All right, what else do we have? What else do we have? Well, we got to remind everybody of premium.crackingcryptocurrency.com. That's right. That's where you can join our premium trading group. You can get access to our traders' signals, complete view of their trading journals that are updated every time they update or make a trade. So you can basically stay in the loop with our traders' day-to-day activity. Never be left out. If you're always wondering what they're up to, having direct access to their trading journals is a dope benefit. Beyond that, we have the Pathways to Profits course. Teach you how to trade like a professional, build a system that keeps you out of trouble, prevents you from getting wrecked, teaches you the basics of risk management, and so much more. You can find that in premium.crackingcryptocurrency.com along with our indicators, and man, there's so much goodies in store for any aspiring trader if you check out Premium. Finally, we have our Discord community server. Are you on Discord? Have you joined what I think is one of the top Discord crypto servers out there? That's right, we host at discord.krakencryptocurrency.com. This is not some pump and dump or lame-o crypto shilling group. This is a server for crypto traders, crypto investors, crypto traders in particular, not just guys kind of shooting the breeze and looking for the next hot crypto Twitter pick to come across the board. No, we have dedicated traders in our community, and we proudly host them all here. So be sure to check out discord.krakencryptocurrency.com. It's also where you're going to find our new content channel. In the channel new content, you find the replay. The replay to this show is always available in there shortly after the show ends, including all timestamps. Now that we're back on YouTube, less significant because you can easily find the timestamps in the description shortly after the show wraps. But if you do want to check out the new content channel, you can easily preview the video there along with timestamps. All right, anything else I need to add? I don't think so. Pretty much right at the 2-hour mark. Yeah, just a minute and a half short of the 2-hour mark. Great job. Here's a big shout out to, of course, our analysts. Came in the clutch, I guess, this week despite all the market volatility. Alex, of course, lead analyst, and Jason, analyst here at CC. Thank you to both of you for holding it down this week. Of course, a big shout outs to our moderators in the staff room, Crypto Bull, who does the time stamping, and of course our very loyal and amazing audience. We really couldn't do without you, and this is our first complete week back on YouTube, and I've had a great time streaming back on YouTube again. All our YouTube regulars came back. It feels good. It feels really, really good, so I do thank you all. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. But that's about it. Alex, I can tell by the way you're scrolling through your watch list. You want to wrap this, so we are going to wrap. Final words.
No. What can I say? I'm trying to figure out whether or not we're going to be bouncing here. So I'm just looking at various alts. You know, some are moving ahead of others. So I'm just doing what I always do, looking at the charts, trying to get a beat on the markets. I'm not trying to be impatient.
All good, dude. But indeed, we're gonna move to wrap here. A lot of thank yous in the live chat. It's time to move along here. Final words to our analysts.
Trade
safely, guys. I think we're gonna have a very volatile weekend. I think it may be even volatile to the upside. The traditional markets give me hope. The world traditional markets give me hope because they're not just up. Several of them are up into new all-time highs today. That's some positive sentiment, and it's positive sentiment the world over. So even if the US isn't like in all-time highs right now, crypto is not just the US. Crypto is also the world. So it's encouraging. It's very encouraging. That's all.
Yeah, I'm still liking the narrative of the pop to the upside. So that's just what it feels like to me. So that's how I'm going to be playing it. But just make sure that you're position sizing correctly, managing the risk. Because if you're wrong in one of these and not completely managing that risk, man, you can get wiped by a weekend of volatility. That I think it's going to be a really volatile weekend, like Alex said. So.
All right, that's all we have for this week. Join us on Monday for the continuation to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update series. We will be back. Much love. Peace out, y'all. You know where to find us.
Goodbye.